And now, fans, please welcome to the field, your Milford High School Scarlet Hawks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Milford High School as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics. This is Tim Coet on the call as we bring you a Week 6 matchup in this 2017 football season. The Milford Scarlet Hawks taking on the visiting Foxboro Warriors in a Davenport Division clash. Milford comes into this matchup 2-3 overall on the season. They are 2-1 within Hockomock League play. They are currently in a second-place tie with this very Foxboro team, along with the Stoughton Black Knights. Foxboro comes into the matchup tonight 3-2 overall on the season, also 2-1 within league play. This is an outstanding matchup, a very good rivalry matchup. We'll get more into that in just a moment, but first, Milford coming into this game with momentum, once again coming away with a victory on the road. Both of their victories so far this season have come away from Milford High School. But last week, their biggest win of the season, their most successful offensive game of the season by far, as they overwhelmed the Sharon Eagles in Sharon, winning by a final score of 35-0. Colby Pyers with a real breakout game, throwing for over 100 yards and a touchdown pass. Will Pointer also getting into the offense with a pair of touchdown runs. Milford getting a defensive score in the game on a pick 6 by Hugo Lopez, and all in all, a very successful day for Milford in all phases of the game, and certainly a statement game, a building block game for the Scarlet Hawks that they hope to continue to build on in this matchup here. And as you can see already, the captains moving out to midfield. Foxboro, as we mentioned, coming in with a record of 3-2. Foxboro has had each of their last 3 games come down to the wire. They lost a very difficult game to North Attleboro last week on a failed extra point that would have tied the game. And so still in the thick of it for the playoffs, both of these teams are. So this is a very important game with severe playoff implications as these captains continue to talk things over. Head coach Anthony Vazakis leading this team to its second victory of the season in his first year as head coach. And of course, year 1 at the helm for Coach Vazakis. On the other side of the field, of course, Foxboro led by Jack Martinelli, who is entering his 36th season as the head coach of the Foxboro Warriors, one of the winningest coaches in the state, well over 200 wins in his column for Coach Martinelli. And continuing to watch the captains talk things over at midfield, waiting to see the result of the coin toss. And of course, this game tonight is homecoming for the Scarlet Hawks, and as part of this homecoming game, they are honoring the 1987 Super Bowl team. The 30-year anniversary of the 87 Super Bowl team, as we now see the result of the coin toss. Milford winning that toss. And they have elected to receive, so the Milford offense will come out onto the field first. It's the second straight week the Hawks offense will touch the ball first. Last week it was a very successful start to the game for Milford, taking the opening drive 8 minutes and 90-plus yards down the field for a touchdown. The Milford offense was the only offense to see the field in the first quarter last week against Sharon, so they hope to, again, pick right up where they left off against the Eagles, but a much tougher test with a stout defense for this Foxboro team that has only allowed 66 points so far on the season. We look forward to getting this game underway in just moments. We will pause for the national anthem here, and we will have the opening kickoff when we return next here on Milford TV. And of course, as we mentioned just moments ago, Milford winning the coin toss, electing to receive. And so Foxboro out there about to kick the ball away to the Scarlet Hawks. Milford will look to attack from right to left across your screens as the kickoff is received by Chappelle Feaster, who tries to dodge some tackles but ends up getting driven back inside the 20-yard line.
On the return for Milford.
Coming to a stop right around the 17-yard line, and that is where the Scarlet Hawks offense will take the field. And of course, the question that has become quite intriguing to start these games is which offense will take the field when Milford opens up the game. Last week it was Colby Pyers and the spread offense who came out to start in Sharon, and it looks like that will be the case again here this week after the early weeks of the season saw play dominated by Ryan Pearl in the war package. But we do see that traditional offense out there on the field, and on first down, Pyers, the sophomore, will look to throw, and it's a quick dump-off pass that's completed. It looked to be Lucas Rosa with the completion.
Pass to number 7, Colby Pyers, is complete.
Just a couple of yards gained on the short completion.
Lucas Rosa.
And so that will bring up second down and about 8 yards to go, with the ball now spotted on the 19-yard line. Opening minute of play in this first quarter. We welcome everyone who is joining us via our live streaming coverage on milfordtv.net and also via the live stream app. So if you're tuned into us on this Friday the 13th, we welcome you in, hoping to have some exciting football to bring you here on this Friday evening. That play whistled dead as the penalty goes against the Scarlet Hawks. So Milford will get pushed back. Penalties have been mounting at times for this team this season, this time called for the false start. Taking a number of penalties last week in Sharon, but ultimately it did not slow down the offense, scoring their highest point total of the season. So second down and 13 now. Again, Pyers looking to throw. He looks to his left. Now he'll run with it. Back towards the far sideline. Has a lot of space. Has the first down and more. Eventually sneaks out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line. We have not seen a whole lot of that so far out of Pyers. He's been more prone to staying in the pocket or perhaps rolling out to one side or the other, but that time using his legs. He has good athletic ability and excellent speed, and that time used it to his advantage to get the first down on a big gain. 20 yards on the rushing play for the sophomore quarterback, who has looked more and more comfortable as this season has gone on. Here he'll hand it off up the middle. Another big running play for the Scarlet Hawks. Just about a yard shy of the first down, as that was Ryan O'Toole, the captain.
Ryan O'Toole, the ball carrier.
O'Toole with 9 yards on the carry.
9-yard gain on the play, brings up second down and 1 from the 42.
Milford eating up over 8 minutes of the first quarter clock on their first drive of the game last week in Sharon. They moved the ball at will. And then ultimately, after they scored the touchdown on the ensuing kick return for Sharon, they fumbled. Milford recovered and then bled out the remainder of the first quarter, with the Sharon offense never seeing the field. Milford sneaking that one ahead for the yard needed to get the first down as they push closer to midfield, just shy of the 45. First and 10. As Pyers operates out of the shotgun, he has O'Toole in the backfield. Feaster in motion from left to right. And they will hand it off to O'Toole, who stays on his feet, ends up crossing midfield and spills across the Foxboro 48-yard line inside enemy territory. I mentioned the rivalry between these two schools. It has certainly been brewing over the last 2 seasons. These schools exchanging blowouts on each other's home fields the last 2 seasons. Last year, Milford scoring over 40 points in a blowout victory in Foxboro, drawing the ire of the Foxboro coaching staff, continuing to keep their first-team offense on the field right down to the end, scoring a late touchdown on a pass to Chris Rivera, as Milford will push the pile forward for another first down.
And that play is good for the Scarlet Hawks.
And back in 2015, the last time these two teams met here in Milford, it was 40-plus points in the column for Foxboro. Milford winning in Foxboro last year 41-14. Foxboro winning here back in 2015 42-14. So a lot of intensity on the behalf of both of these teams, as looks to be Feaster this time on the carry, who gets wrapped up
Feaster, the ball carrier,
after pushing ahead for about 2 yards. They will mark him down
1 yard gain on the play,
at the 47-yard line.
42.
Excuse me, the 42-yard line. So second down and 9. Just under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Milford still on the opening drive as Pyers will look to throw, looks over the middle and completes the pass for the first down and more. And they finally bring the receiver down. Caden Kelly, who made a tremendous athletic grab on the near sideline on a deep ball thrown up by Pyers last week in Sharon. There's no question that Pyers has some athletic options in his arsenal in this passing game, and you're really starting to see some of that come to fruition between Caden Kelly, Chappelle Feaster, and also recent transfer student, number 87, Joey Everett, who made some dazzling plays last week. Another whistle halting play on 1st and 10. And another false start penalty going against the Scarlet Hawks, so penalized for the 2nd time on this drive.
Replay first down. Makes it 1st down and 15 from the Foxboro 28-yard line.
So 1st down and 15 as the clock continues to run down towards 6 minutes to play in this opening quarter. As Milford huddles it up, Coach Pazakis giving the play call to his quarterback, Pyers. Fall officially arriving over these last couple of days here in Milford. It's crisp conditions out there for the football game tonight. They fake the handoff to Feaster. Instead, Pyers carries it himself up the middle, getting back close to the original line of scrimmage. They'll spot the ball down right at the Foxboro 25.
3-yard gain on the play. There's a 2nd down and 12 from the 25.
So a 2nd down and long play coming up for the Hawks, as this Foxboro defense has been out there for quite a while. They have had difficulty stopping what has been a diverse offensive attack for the Scarlet Hawks through this opening possession. Caden Kelly out wide to the near side. Joey Everett out wide to the far side. As timeout is taken here. Milford calls the timeout. That stops the clock with 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go in this first quarter. Again, Milford still on the opening drive of the game. Milford, through their first 5 contests of the year, have scored a total of 79 points, while the defense has allowed a total of 108. You look at Foxboro, they have been winning games in large part due to their defensive abilities. Their defense has allowed just 66 points through 5 games. The offense has only scored 67, so they've played a lot of close games. And as we mentioned, last week, nearly pulling out a victory against North Attleboro. They scored a touchdown late in the 4th quarter, had a chance to tie the game with the extra point, but the extra point attempt was blocked. And in the end, Foxboro lost by that 1-point margin, 14-13. The week before, Foxboro needed overtime to eke out a victory against Canton on the road. And the week before that, Foxboro with a 1-point victory over Stoughton, that time blocking a 2-point conversion that would have given the Black Knights the lead. Back onto the timeout. Pyers throwing on 2nd down and long, but the pass is incomplete on the far side. And so that will set up 3rd down and long. I do believe that was Joey Everett,
There's a 3rd down and 12 for Milford from the Foxboro,
who was targeted right at the 1st down marker. So a big play coming up here on 3rd down and 12 from the Foxboro 25. Once again, Pyers from the shotgun with O'Toole in the backfield. He drops back, looks towards the left side, now throws over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Feaster sliding in to try to make the play, but he could not keep it in his arms. And that will bring Sean Lehane out onto the field on 4th down and 12.
From the Foxboro 25.
And so it looks like Lehane will set up for his 2nd field goal try of the season.
Sean Lehane to attempt a 42-yard field goal.
Good snap, the kick away, plenty of leg, and the kick is good.
His kick is good.
An impressive kick for the junior Sean Lehane. So in the end, Milford able to come away with points on the opening drive. They take 3 on the field goal for Lehane. And so a 3-0 lead to start this one for the Scarlet Hawks. We will be back with more in just a moment here on Milford TV.
Right now.
Lehane, after the successful 42-yard field goal, will kick away to the Warriors. Milford up now 3-0 as the ball rolls past the return man and will sneak into the end zone, rolling out of the back of that north end zone for a touchback. And so that will start this Foxboro drive from the 20. Another lengthy opening drive for the Scarlet Hawks. That drive taking over 6 minutes as Milford went 8 plays down the field, resulting in the successful field goal. And now the Warriors offense out there. And they will look to run it up the middle on first down, twisting around for a decent first down gain. That appeared to be Mike Henry, number 22.
Mike Henry, the ball carrier.
Tough to make out the uniform numbers on these Foxboro Warriors with the white uniform tops with the gold numbers.
Down and 2 from the 28-yard line.
But Henry, one of the hard-nosed running backs for this Foxboro team. They have a couple of highly effective backs. Gain of 8 on that first down carry, and now it is number 34, Anthony Capicchetti. Capicchetti pulled down for a loss as Milford was able to sniff out that play.
Foxboro's actually stopped for a loss on the play.
So a third down coming up for the Warriors as we tick under 4 minutes to play.
From the 25.
Loss of 3 yards, setting up third down and 5. Now from the shotgun, Foxboro looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket. Now the quarterback will run for it. And a lot of space open for the quarterback, Devin Hassett, as he crosses inside Foxboro territory, and flags come in. Perhaps some extracurriculars going on at the end of the play as the Foxboro quarterback, Devin Hassett, stepped up in the pocket and then had plenty of running room. The officials getting together here. We'll see what the call is. And it's going to be a personal foul going against the Warriors.
31-yard gain.
So a huge gain for Hassett is going to go by the boards here.
Personal foul on Foxboro.
This will end up pushing the Warriors back inside their own territory to the 41-yard line.
15-yard penalty. First and 10, Foxboro from their own.
So a 40-plus yard gain for the quarterback. Taking quite a bit of thunder away on an unnecessary penalty with, again, some pushing and shoving going on after the play was over. And so now on first down, they carry it again up the middle.
Mike Henry, the ball carrier.
A gain of about a yard or 2. And they will mark him down as we'll see a holding call going against Foxboro. So now back-to-back penalties against the Warriors.
10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Clock stopped right now at 3:07 to play. So a couple of penalties on Milford for their opening drive, and now Foxboro with penalties on consecutive plays. The personal foul and now the holding call sets up first down and 20, so the Warriors going in the wrong direction. As Hassett right now is flanked on either side by a running back. Fakes the handoff, will again carry it himself, and again has tremendous room up the middle. Now running to the far sideline, shakes off an initial tackle and then is finally wrestled down right at the Milford 30-yard line. So from the 31 of Foxboro to the 30 of Milford.
Gain on the play. It's good for a Foxboro first down. First and 10, Warriors from the Milford.
So a 40-plus yard play with part of that yardage wiped out. Now 39 yards on the rushing play for Hassett. And certainly the definition of mobile quarterback here early, as now this time he hands it off, and Milford was ready as Tyler Joyce makes the tackle.
Mike Henry, the ball carrier.
Henry with the carry, but nothing doing as
Tyler Joyce.
Foxboro will take the loss. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Timeout being taken right now, so both of these offenses putting on some lengthy drives here. Milford having to settle for just the field goal. Foxboro right now with a 2nd and long situation, but inside Milford territory. And so right now it's been the offenses that have been having the bulk of the success. We talked about the defenses of both of these teams coming in. Milford's defense, of course, having by far and away their best game last week, pitching the shutout against Sharon. And that included a spot early in the game where Milford fumbled the ball deep in their own territory. Sharon took over. They eventually were able to run the ball down to the 1-yard line. They had 1st and goal from the 1, but Milford was able to put up a terrific goal line stand, refusing to let Sharon into the end zone on 4 straight rushing plays. And the result was a turnover on downs. Milford also recovered a fumble in that game and had 2 interceptions, both of them by Hugo Lopes. Now out of the timeout, Hassett will look to run yet again. This time, not nearly as much success as he has brought down after a short gain, was unable to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So it will be 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Foxboro offense. So the defense in need of a stop, and you certainly have to be aware of Hassett. You have to try to keep him in the pocket. Under 90 seconds to play in a very fast-moving first quarter. As Foxboro gets the play call from their longtime head coach Jack Martinelli from the shotgun. Hassett will look to throw, sends it over the middle, has a target wide open for the completion for a 1st down, and finally brought down. It was Neil Arquilano on the tackle.
Pass by Hassett was complete.
And so number 3, Phil Jury, making the reception.
21, Nick Beloli. The catch is good for a Foxboro 1st down.
And so 1st down for Foxboro now from the 10-yard line. Milford unable
1st and goal, Foxboro
to stay with the receiver.
10.
Jury with a wide open look is able to make the catch, and now 1st and goal from the 10 for Foxboro as Hassett, as his initial lane closed off, is still able to gain some positive yardage down inside the 5. And brought down shy of the end zone, but trouble brewing here for Milford as they will mark Hassett down, looks like at the 4.
6-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and goal from the 4.
Hassett very difficult for these Milford defenders to take down here on the opening drive. And we will not see another play in this first quarter as the final seconds tick down. We will flip the field. And when we come back, Foxboro will have 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line, looking to take the lead. It is Milford who leads it after the first 11 minutes, 3-0. But again, Foxboro right on the doorstep. And we will have more action for you when we come back next on this coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics right here on Milford TV. Second quarter set to begin here at Milford High School. Milford's scoring the first points of the game on a field goal, a 42-yarder from Lehane, but right now it is 2nd down and goal from the 4 for Foxboro as they run it up the middle, and they are in for the touchdown. Foxboro on the very first play of this second quarter, able to run it in. I believe that was Mike Henry who was able to take it over the goal line for the 4-yard score.
Henry with the score for the Warriors.
So Foxboro jumps out in front, 6-3 with the point after attempt coming up.
Number 6, Russell Neal into the point after attempt.
And really the key to that drive was the elusive running ability of the quarterback, Hassett, as the extra point is good. So 10 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first half, and it is Foxboro now on top by a score of 7-3. So the offenses both coming away with points, both having success, but Foxboro able to limit the damage on Milford's first drive, forcing them to settle for the field goal try. And now the offense will try their luck here once again as first the special teams unit comes out onto the field, as Foxboro now will kick it away. A lot of talk at the end of the game last season about Milford's decision to continue to throw the ball and play aggressively on offense with an overwhelming lead late in the fourth quarter. As I mentioned, Matt Curran throwing a touchdown pass with about a minute to go in that game to Chris Rivera to push Milford up over the 40-point mark. Seemed to be some bad blood between Coach Martinelli and then head coach Joe Todd, but of course a head coaching change on the Milford side, perhaps changing the animosity between these two teams. Feaster able to reel in the catch. A flag flies in as Feaster takes the ball up the middle, shy of the 30. So an illegal block. And that will pull Milford back on the penalty. Feaster bringing the ball up just shy of the 30, but Milford will end up with the 10-yard penalty, so they will start their second drive of the game from the 18-yard line. Pyers back out there, as it's been all Colby Pyers so far now. And he will immediately look to throw on first down. Quick dump-off pass is completed. Lucas Rosa making the catch, but not much room there.
Colby Pyers is complete. Pass was caught by number 33, Lucas Rosa.
So it's been some long fields for Milford on these first two drives.
1 yard gain on the play brings up second down and 9.
Starting the first drive from the 17, starting this drive from the 18.
18-yard line.
It's 1 yard on that reception for Rosa. And now again, Pyers will look to throw, in some trouble, has to roll out to his right, sends the pass away right into the numbers of Feaster, but Chappelle cannot make the catch. A rare miscue for Feaster.
Pass by Pyers falls in.
He's made some high difficulty grabs in the early part of this season. It seems like anytime you send it in his direction, his hands are like Velcro, able to make a lot of athletic catches, but that time unable to make a relatively routine catch. And that will set up third down and 9 now for the Hawks. Milford breaking the huddle. Still over 10 minutes to play in this second quarter. Pyers clapping the hands, takes the snap, hangs in the pocket, now has to roll out in trouble. Dumps the throw away as he was getting wrapped up in the backfield and was able to clear the pocket. So they will rule it an incomplete pass, no intentional grounding, but nonetheless it will bring up fourth down and 9. And so Foxboro feeling like they're starting to seize momentum in this game as they respond after Milford's long drive in the first quarter, forcing a 3 and out here in the second. And Lehane sending the kick away. It takes a good Milford bounce at midfield. It will roll to the 40 before it kicks out of bounds. It took a hop right at midfield, and then Milford getting an extra 10 yards just about, thanks to that bounce, but it will still be very good starting field position for Foxboro. It looks like they will actually mark it down at the 46.
First and 10, Foxboro at their own 46.
So Foxboro will take over very close to midfield, starting field position right at their own 46-yard line. With 9:49 to play in the half, as the give goes up the middle, and Milford was ready for it. Pass it very quickly, faked as if he was going to throw towards the far sideline and then hand it off, but Milford was there. It'll be a 2-yard loss for Foxboro on that rushing attempt.
A loss of 2 on the play. There's a second down and 12. Foxboro
keeps the clock moving, under 9.5 minutes in this second quarter. Devin Hassett from the shotgun. He will look to throw. And now in trouble, gets wrapped up. 3 Scarlet Hawks players collide. It looked like Joyce was the first one to get there, as Hassett is brought down for the sack. And Joyce has had a good game defensively so far. That's the second tackle he has made for a loss. So a couple of negative plays back-to-back sets up third down and very long. Starting line of scrimmage here was the 46-yard line. Now the ball
Loss of 7 on the play.
at the Foxboro 37. And Hassett will run it himself here. He is able to get to the outside, and he has the first down as he's finally dragged down from behind. It was Everett, Joey Everett, who was able to make the tackle, but once again, a big rushing play for the quarterback, Hassett. Milford has not been able to contain him so far. Scarlet Hawks ever so close to a 3-and-out themselves. Instead, Foxboro's quarterback using his legs. And the Warriors with a first down inside Milford territory. Now the line of scrimmage at the Milford 42, the toss back. And that was again Anthony Cappuccietti on the carry. Giving Foxboro a couple of yards on that first down carry, getting them down to the 39.
4-yard gain on the play brings up second down and 6.
Under 7.5 minutes to go as the Warriors huddle up. Back to the line. It will once again be Hassett operating out of the shotgun, has it back to his left. And he will fake the handoff, run it himself, and again finds space on the near sideline. He is pushed out just shy of the 30. And so it looks like they will mark him out of bounds shy of the first down. So they mark him out back at about the 33. Halfway between the 32 and the 33-yard line.
Ball is spotted at the Milford 33.
And so now they move the chains. It looked like he was about a yard or so short, but they will award Foxboro the first down. And so right now Hassett has become the third down specialist. Milford cannot stop him. Cappuccietti on the first down carry. Takes it as far as the 30 before he meets a wall of Milford defenders. Coming down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. Second down and 8 coming up for the Foxboro Warriors. Ready to go now on 2nd and 8 as Hassett looks to throw, and Milford's defense sending an all-out blitz, but Hassett was able to step in front and then again use his legs to get out of danger. So Milford bringing the house right there, and they still could not bring Hassett down. Hassett unable to get the first down this time, but able to avoid the sack. He has been sacked once on this drive. Officials right now talking things over as this weary Milford defense tries to catch its breath. Cycling in some fresh personnel on the third down. Foxboro taking their time as the clock continues to move. This offense really the definition of that ground and pound style of football, as this time Hassett does hand off on the third down play. And Henry on the carry, but he is short of the first down. It's going to be about a yard shy, and you would have to think, given the success that Hassett has had in this first half, that the offense will stay right out there on the field.
Stop short of the first down, brings up 4th down and 1 for Foxboro.
Fourth down and 1 from the 22. So a chess game here between head coach Anthony Vazakis and head coach Jack Martinelli. As the clock is stopped right now at 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Foxboro gets the play call. Milford defense readies themselves as the Scarlet Hawks cheerleading squad tries to get this Milford crowd pumped up. It's been a docile crowd here on the home side of the field so far through this first half. Here we go now on 4th down and a yard. Hassett under center. He takes the snap. He will try for the keeper, but flags fly in. And a false start penalty called against Foxboro. So a key penalty, as it looked like Hassett would have had enough for the first down. And instead it will be 4th down and 6. So we'll see if the decision-making changes on the Foxboro side. As of right now, it looks like the offense is staying out there. As now this Milford crowd starts to get a little bit more lively. This time Hassett will take the snap from the shotgun. Instead, now timeout is called on the Foxboro side. So we will take the timeout as well. The clock is stopped at 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. It is a 7-3 lead for Foxboro over Milford in this Week 6 football matchup right here on Milford TV. We return out of the Foxboro timeout. The Warriors offense out there facing 4th down and 6 as Hassett rolls out, has pressure coming in from behind, releases the throw, and it is to the sideline, incomplete, and Milford forces the turnover on downs. This time they were able to force Hassett to stay in the pocket. Neil Arquilano flying in from behind. He was able to bring the quarterback down. Hassett was able to release the throw, avoiding the sack. The pass was incomplete as it was overthrown to the far sideline, and Milford will take over. So the defense, after getting pushed around a bit through these first 2 Foxboro drives, able to make the play when they needed to. So still just a 4-point Foxboro lead. First and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks offense from their own 28. As O'Toole will get the carry on first down. He comes to a stop at the 30. It's about a 2-yard gain for the senior captain.
Two-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 8 from the 30.
Second down and 8, Pyers from the shotgun. He will look to throw. A quick release completed to Joey Everett. Tries to spin off of a tackle, but he is brought down.
Pass by Pyers is complete to Joey Everett.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down for the Scarlet Hawks. Last time this team played at home 2 weeks ago against North Attleboro, it took Milford until about 3 minutes to go in the first half to collect just their first down of the game. The offense having better success here and more success on the first down carry for the captain, Ryan O'Toole, who just kept those legs churning, spinning around on contact, and he will gain 10 yards. And another first down coming to a stop just shy of midfield. So now it is Milford starting to turn momentum around. Big defensive stop, and now a couple of good plays. The completion to Everett, and a nice running play for O'Toole. He'll get the ball once again. He will spill across inside Foxboro territory, bringing it to the Foxboro 49.
2-yard gain on the play.
On the gain of 2.
8 for Milford from the Foxboro 49.
Clock coming down to the final 3 minutes of play in this first half. On 2nd down and 8, Pyers will throw. Sends it over the middle, a dangerous throw. Caden Kelly able to get a hand on it. And in the end, it looked like it was fortunate that Kelly was able to change the direction of that ball, as if it stayed on its original course, it looked like it might end up in the waiting hands of Teddy Mayer. Instead, an incompletion, and that sets up 3rd down and 8. O'Toole in the backfield. Pyers ready. On the move, the ball is tipped. Now in and out of the hands of Milford, as Pointer was trying to make the grab on the near sideline. Foxborough able to get a hand on it on the line of scrimmage. Ended up wobbling its way towards Pointer, who then ended up swatting it down. And a 2nd straight incompletion for Pyers, and now this will force a Milford punt. Lehane just able to get the kick away in time as pressure was coming. This ball will take a bounce at the 30, and then will roll to a stop right around the 29-yard line.
Lane's punt is down at the 29.
The Foxborough offense will come back out on the field with 2 minutes and 41 seconds. So Milford, despite those 2 nice plays in succession for Everett and O'Toole, are not able to take advantage of the turnover on downs. Now Foxborough in a situation that the other team that plays in Foxborough loves to be in, the chance to have the ball late in the first half, knowing that they will have possession to start the 3rd quarter. And now carry on 1st down as Milford is able to bring the back down in the backfield. Mike Henry on the carry.
Henry, the ball carrier, tackled for a loss on the play.
Loss of a yard.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd down and 11 from the 28.
About 2 minutes to play in this first half by the time this next play is run. So Foxborough not looking like they have a feeling of desperation about putting points on the board here before the half, as we see the quick release on a shuffle pass as flags come in. Not much after Anthony Cappuccetti pulled down that
on the carry.
Shuffle pass.
On the field.
And the penalty against the Warriors, so this will push them back even further, and you have to think perhaps at this point, with Foxborough not showing much urgency out there on the field, if now they'll just allow this final minute and 56 seconds to tick down, not wanting to make a mistake, and give Milford a chance here as they are backed up deep. Waiting now to mark off the penalty yardage. Foxborough right now has backed themselves up inside their own 10-yard line. The clock currently stopped at 1 minute and 56 seconds to go. As we mentioned right off the top of this game, here on this homecoming night, Milford honoring their 1987 Super Bowl championship team at halftime. So you'll be able to see some of those images honoring those players once we reach the half. Second down and 20 from inside the Foxborough 20. Make it officially second down and 21. As we wait for play to resume, finally the Warriors break out of the huddle. of scrimmage is the Foxboro 19. As Hassett takes the snap, throws it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Oh, very dangerous. Milford fortunate that Pat Carey was unable to pull that pass down as he had nothing but green grass in front of him. And perhaps a little bit too antsy, knowing that he had a potential 80-yard touchdown in front of him. Instead did not secure the catch, and very frustrated with himself. Foxboro frustrated overall now as they face a 3rd down and 21. Minute and 52 to go. Now all of a sudden, if Milford can get a stop here, perhaps they can make an attempt at putting points on the board here late. Another throw over the middle, and the pass is broken up and nearly intercepted as Hugo Lopes, who had 2 interceptions in the game last week, almost had another one here. Ends up breaking up the pass. It will set up 4th down and 21, and we will see a Foxboro punt with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go. So interesting here as Ryan O'Toole comes out to return the kick. He is right now set up right around the Milford 45-yard line. The kick is away. Well, the line drive kick caught cleanly by O'Toole. Now making his way to the near sideline, going inside the 30 and finally wrestled out. Turns out right at the 30-yard line. So Milford is in business here. They have 96 seconds left on the clock. A big return for O'Toole. He's able to take it about 20 yards. And that will set up the Milford offense right at the Foxboro. They'll mark him down at the 32. So the official line of scrimmage will be the Foxboro 32-yard line. So here's Pyers. He will look to throw. Has some time in the pocket. Sends it over the middle. The pass is completed and into the end zone for a touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. A 32-yard touchdown pass from the sophomore Colby Pyers to the senior captain Will Pointer, who reels in the touchdown catch. So Pointer, who has scored 4 rushing touchdowns on the season, now has a 32-yard touchdown catch as Milford takes the lead 9-7 with Lahane setting up for the point after.
This kick is no good.
And the kick is no good. There is flags on the field.
Milford 9, Foxboro 7.
So Milford needs just 1 play, so what an exchange there. The penalties and the negative yardage for Foxboro. And it looks like they could perhaps take the ball down the field for a score heading into halftime. Instead, they're forced to punt. Milford gets the excellent return from O'Toole, and just 1 play on offense needed for Pyers to get the touchdown pass. And Lahane gets another opportunity at the point after try, and that time the kick is good. So with 1 minute and 28 seconds to go, Milford is able to jump back on top by a score of 10-7. But there is still time left here in this first half. We will return with more action next here on Milford TV. You would have to think Colby Pyers is starting to put the Hockomock League on notice. Plenty of strength in that arm. Great accuracy, and right there the key to that touchdown was the protection he received from his offensive line. A lot of times we've seen quick penetration in the backfield forcing Pyers to roll out. That time he was able to stand in there, look down the field, go through his progressions, and the result was a perfect strike to Will Pointer, who took it into the end zone for a 32-yard touchdown. And now Foxboro returning the ensuing Sean Lahane kick. They will come to a stop just shy of the 25-yard line. And so now Coach Martinelli's offense will come back out onto the field with 1:20 to play. A quick turnaround in this game. It looked like the Warriors were assured to go into halftime with at least a 4-point lead. Now trailing Milford by 3. see what the Foxboro offense has in store here with Devin Hassett and the offense back out onto the field. Back to either side of the quarterback as he will keep it himself. Cuts through the Milford defensive line, now into the open field. Caden Kelly closing in. Does Hassett have enough to get to the end zone? Finally brought down, but inside the 5-yard line as the big plays just keep coming here at the end of this first half. Hassett like a hot knife through butter through that defensive line for the Scarlet Hawks. And it looked like the only chance Milford had at a tackle was Caden Kelly, who was closing in the open field. In the end, another defender able to get to the quarterback just shy of the goal line, but with still 50-plus seconds to go in this half. All of a sudden now it is Foxboro who is in business. So who would have thought the biggest drama of this first half would come here inside of 2 minutes to play, a first half that was flying by. But the big play for the Milford offense, and now Foxboro following suit, and it is the Warriors with an opportunity to retake the lead here before halftime. You certainly do not want to go anywhere. We will have more action when we come back in just a moment here on Milford TV. We've seen one-sided contests between these two teams each of the last couple of seasons, but right now this first half has been the definition of back and forth. Each team exchanging scores, and of course the biggest action coming here very late in the first half. Milford taking the lead just seconds ago. But a massive rushing play for Hassett, who has to be over 100 yards rushing in this half by now. And now he gives it on first down, and just like that into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. So emerging from the pile, it appeared to be Mike Henry with the touchdown. If so, that's his second touchdown rush of the game. So 52 seconds to go. Back in front go the Warriors, 13-10 with the point after coming up. And for both of these touchdown drives, for the Warriors, it has been the play on the ground from the quarterback that has really been what has made this offense go. He has been the engine of this offense, not necessarily through the air, but through the ground. He has been their biggest rushing success so far here tonight. So now with 52 seconds to go, it is back to a 14-10 lead for Foxboro. And now it will be Coach Vazakis' offense who will have a little bit of time left here to work with. Keep it right here as both teams come back out onto the field. Once again, it is O'Toole and Feaster set up deep to receive the kick. Setting up for the kick, Russell Neal. And Neal will send it back to Chappelle Feaster, who makes the catch inside the 5. Will run it straight up the middle and is brought to a stop at the 20. I'll mark him down, it appears, at the 19, so it'll be a long field for the offense with 45 seconds left to go. But as we have seen over these last 2 possessions, that is more than enough time to score. First quarter of this game was done by about 7:15 this evening. The majority of the second quarter taking very little time as well, but this last 2 minutes has been a different story. First down and 10 for the Hawks from the 19. And it will be Foxboro who will have the ball to start the second half as Pyers is forced to roll out to the sideline. He releases the throw, and it is hauled in. And the catch made by Joey Everett. Keeping those toes on the field of play. That is a NFL-style catch. Great awareness, great body control for Joey Everett. Recent transfer student, and certainly a huge gain for this football team in his senior year, so this will be the one and only season for Everett, but certainly making it count. 6'4", 210-pound wide receiver has paid immediate dividends for this team. As we mentioned, caught a touchdown pass last week, made some key receptions as part of that victory, and now making a nice grab here. And I believe is his second catch so far in this first half. 36 seconds to play. Fortunately, it looks like in the end they did call that an incompletion upon further review, and now flags come in as it looked like Pyers got an extra shove going out of bounds. So on the 2nd down and 10 play after that beautiful looking catch for Everett was ruled incomplete. And so another personal foul on this Foxborough team as
Foxborough for a late hit out of bounds.
Give the late hit on Pyers.
Penalty and an automatic first down for Milford.
There's no question that there was going to be some hot tempers on the field during this game, the way the last few matchups have gone. But that gives Milford a little bit of life here, pushing them up just outside the 40-yard line with 27 seconds to play. Pyers with some time, he will throw it over the middle. The pass came wobbly out of his hand and pays the price as it is picked off.
Intercepted by Foxborough.
The interception made as that ball was underthrown. So it was Hunter Williams
with the pick for the Warriors.
With the interception. Again, very difficult to tell through a crowd with these light-colored uniforms for Foxborough. So 18 seconds left to go, and we'll see what Foxborough does here. Chance to run a couple plays. Out of the shotgun, a man in motion. And Hassett will look to throw. He dumps it complete over the middle. And now upfield, after the catch, Jake Adechi taking it down just shy of the 20-yard line.
Play good for Foxborough first down.
Marked down, it looks like at the 22 with 8 seconds left. Foxborough calls the timeout, so they will have a chance to run one more play, perhaps two. Really anything possible here for the Warriors, up 14-10. A first half that will not die. Still 8 seconds to go as both teams talk it over during the timeout. You can see a lot of animated discussion happening in that Milford huddle as the defense has been leaky here in these last few possessions. Allowing the long rushing play to to Devin Hassett, setting up the second touchdown rush of the game for Henry. And now allowing a lot of yards after the catch for Adechi, after he caught that one right around the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 from the 22.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. They loft it up to the far side, and the pass is incomplete. And that stops the clock with 4 seconds to go, so still time left here on 2nd and 10. Hassett can take one more shot at the end zone here.
2nd down and 10 for Foxborough from the Milford 22.
Big halftime show planned by the Scarlet Hawks marching band, also the Gridiron Club honoring the '87 Super Bowl team, but all of that on hold for now. 4 seconds to go in the second quarter. And so instead of taking another shot at the end zone, we'll see the field goal try. The kick is away, and that one is good. So as time expires, Foxboro able to put 3 more points on the scoreboard, and they open up a 17-10 lead on the Scarlet Hawks as finally we reach halftime here in Milford. So we will step aside for all of the halftime festivities, but we invite you to continue to stay tuned and enjoy the marching band and also enjoy those ceremonies honoring the 1987 Super Bowl championship team. We will be back with you in a few short moments for the start of the third quarter. It is Foxboro with a 17-10 lead on Milford on this Week 6 football matchup here on Milford TV. And once again, we welcome you back inside the football field here at Milford High School. Time for second half action to get underway between the Milford Scarlet Hawks and the Foxboro Warriors. A Davenport Division clash getting deep into the regular season. Just 1 week remains after this game here until we determine the playoff seedings for the upcoming MIAA tournament. So a very important game for both of these teams as Milford comes in at 2-3, Foxboro at 3-2. Both teams technically in a tie for second place in the Davenport standings as Milford kicks it away to the Warriors who box it around the 5-yard line. They eventually bring it ahead, and still some running room up the middle as the return man elusive as he spins off a number of tackles getting across the 25-yard line. Finally brought to a stop. And that was number 3, Phil Jury, on the return. Slipping through the fingers of a couple of defenders and eventually bringing the ball out just beyond the 25-yard line. The nose of the football spotted on the 26. And that is where the Warriors offense will come back out onto the field. And if you missed the first half, you certainly missed a lot of action, especially within the final 2 minutes. Foxboro scoring 2 very late touchdowns to establish a 17-10 lead. Milford had a 10-7 lead, but Foxboro with a couple of late scores. A touchdown and a field goal right as time expired to take a 17-10 lead. And now a short gain on first down. Of course, the real story of that first half for the Foxboro offense was the running ability of their quarterback, Devin Hassett, who ran for about 175 yards in that first half. And Capichetti with the running play towards the far side. Stopped well shy of the first down, so a third down play about to commence for Foxboro as we are just getting into this third quarter action now. 9:48 on the clock into the third quarter as Milford TV brings you this coverage of Milford High School football. I am Tim Coet. Happy to be with you on this Friday the 13th, homecoming night for Milford as Hassett looks to throw on third down, has a man open, but the tackle is made as it was Feaster who came in from the secondary to make the tackle on Anthony Capichetti. And they will move the chains. It was right there by the first down yardage, and despite the good tackle for Chappelle Feaster, Foxboro were able to get just enough to keep the drive going. Certainly bad news to give this Foxboro offense extra life the way that they have been playing so far. As this time Hassett will pull the football down and run it himself, quickly accelerating, trying to turn the corner on the far side. He's able to spill across the 40-yard line. And a big first down gain. As Hassett quickly closes in on 200 yards rushing in this game.
6-yard gain on the play brings up a second down and 4 for Foxboro. Ball is spotted at the Foxboro 43.
Rushing play of about 70-plus yards for Hassett late in that first half, setting up the Henry touchdown rush. The second of 2 rushing touchdowns for Mike Henry. On 2nd and 4, this time the Foxboro quarterback hands it off as that give goes up to Looks like the 46. That will set up third down and very short. We'll take a look at that far side of the field, just inches separating the third down marker from that first down yardage. So I would say that this is a safe bet for Foxboro, certainly with the running ability of Devin Hassett. And Hassett will hold on to it. And a good push from the Milford defense, but it looks like Hassett did get enough. Only needed a few inches, only got about a few inches, not much running room there, as Milford was able to provide that wall, but just enough for Hassett to get the first down as the drive continues. Just a couple of yards shy of midfield. Ticking down to 7 minutes to play in the third quarter in what is right now a one-possession game. Milford hoping to not fall any further behind before they touch the football here in the second half. They bring pressure on Hassett. He's able to release a throw downfield, but it's out in front of his intended target, looking for Jack O'Donnell down the near sideline.
His pass falls incomplete.
O'Donnell's had some success in the passing game for this Foxboro team. O'Donnell leading the team in touchdown receptions. He had 3 touchdown catches coming into the game here tonight. His longest on the season, a 13-yard TD grab.
There's a second down and 10 for Foxboro at their own 47.
But after that incomplete pass, it is now second down and 10. The ball still spotted on the Foxboro 47. As Hassett again looks to throw, now gets flushed out and has to throw it into the ground. Well in front of the feet of Anthony Capichetti. So better pressure for the Scarlet Hawks defense that time, and it will now be third down and 10. We have not seen Hassett need to go to the air very much in this game. When he has had a good amount of success. Hassett had 5 touchdown passes coming into this week's game. Both of Foxboro's touchdowns so far tonight have been on the ground, with the field goal mixed in as well. Right now the clock stopped at 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go. And while we have this very brief pause in the action, we want to send our best wishes to the Milford High School Athletic Director, Peter Boucher, who is recovering from surgery right now, and you certainly know that it takes a lot to keep Mr. Boucher away from the football field, or away from any athletic fields for that matter. So we know that Coach Boucher is watching our live streaming coverage tonight, so it's only a tip of the cap to Peter Boucher, and we hope to see him back out here very soon as we resume action. And looking to throw on third down. The catch is made, and running room after the catch once again for the Warriors as they go inside Milford territory. The catch made by number 20, Pat Carey.
Pass was caught by number 20, Pat Carey.
Had a big drop in the first half, but this time he was able to haul in the catch for the first down and a whole lot more. And that will keep the clock moving. A lot of time being taken off of this third quarter clock here for this Foxboro drive. And now we'll see a first down and 10 from inside the 35. Now rushing play to the far sideline, dragged down for a gain of 2 or 3. Setting up second down and long. Under 6 minutes now.
2-yard gain on the play. There's a second down and 8 from the 31.
Handoff on second down and slicing free up the middle towards the end zone, and Foxboro in for the score.
Touchdown, Foxboro.
Too easy for the Warriors, going in nearly untouched. And so that was Henry again for his third rushing touchdown of the game. This one by far his longest.
Number 6, Russell Neal into the point
So
after.
about 33 yards on that rushing touchdown after a couple of 4-yarders in the first half.
His kick is good, try successful. And that means
And the PAT attempt is good. So Henry now with 3 touchdowns on his resume for this game tonight, and the deficit growing for the Scarlet Hawks. They now trail 24-10. They will look to regroup as their offense will come back out on the field after we get back from this break here on Milford TV. Milford now trailing by 14 as Foxboro sends the kick away. Again, right into the waiting arms of Chappelle Feaster, who takes the kick from about the 6-yard line, finds some space up the middle. Now a stiff arm as he races past the 40-yard line to midfield, and just able to grasp the jersey of Feaster, and finally Foxboro able to drag him down, but not before he accelerates inside Warriors territory. And that will certainly give this offense a boost as they head out onto the field with starting field position inside the Foxboro side of the field. Ball spotted right at the Warrior 45.
40-yard return on the play. 1st and 10, Milford at the Foxboro 45.
And so now here is Colby Pyers for the first time in the second half. Hands it off immediately to the senior captain O'Toole, who pushes ahead for about 5. I'll mark him down at the 41, so a gain of 4. As we will now go under the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter.
6 from the 41.
So Foxboro taking up about half of this third quarter on that opening drive. Now on 2nd and 6, with O'Toole to his left, a man in motion. They give it to the motion man, who collapses down at the 22. That was Pointer. William Pointer, who had the 32-yard touchdown reception late in the first half. That was after Milford forced the punt. Got the ball back with 1:36 to play, and in just one play, Pyers was able to strike to the end zone. Pointer making the grab, but Foxboro then able to score twice more before we finally reached halftime. Pyers flushed out of the pocket to his left, again looking for Pointer on the near sideline, but he could not make the catch.
Pass was intended for Will Pointer.
And so very quickly that will set up 4th down and 6 for the Scarlet Hawks. And after that electrifying return for Chappelle Feaster, Milford cannot get anything accomplished. And this will force a Sean Lehane punt. So things really starting to travel in the wrong direction for Milford. And through traffic, Lehane able to get the kick away. A very good kick, bounces at the 10, heading towards the goal line, and that will go in for the touchback as Milford was unable to get there to stop the progress of the football. So instead it will be starting field position at the 20 for the Foxboro Warriors. And as the Warrior offense comes back out onto the field, a quick look at the current standings for the Hockomock League. Entering into this Week 6, North Attleboro leading the way in the Davenport division at 4-1 overall, 3-0 within league play. It is King Philip, and it seems like just about every single King Philip fall sports team is having an outstanding year. The football team no exception. 5-0 overall on the season, 3-0 within league play. 127 points scored so far on the season for the Warriors. So those are your 2 division leaders. We'll get to some more standing information as this second half goes on. We mentioned things very clogged up in the Davenport beyond that first place spot. Foxboro, Milford, and Stoughton all tied for second place by virtue of identical 2-1 records within league play. Foxborough at 3-2, Milford at 2-3, and Stoughton at 4-1 overall on the season, but 2-1 within league play. And after that, Canton and Sharon right now in a tie for 5th place. Both teams are winless within league play at 0-3, and both teams also 1-4 overall on the season. They toss it to the near side on on second down. And not much territory there.
Capacchetti, the ball carrier.
It's Capacchetti taking that toss. And it'll be third down and long for the Warriors.
Third down and 7 from the 23.
But third down has been a highly productive down for this Warriors offense so far tonight. .227 to play in the third quarter. Foxborough is ready. And they will look down towards the far sideline, a juggle, and the pass is incomplete.
As
Hassett was looking for Jake Adechi. But the pass incomplete. It looked like Adechi might make a circus catch over the Milford defender with his back down. Pass incomplete, 4th down and 7 coming up for Foxborough, so we will likely see a punt here. It would just be the second punt of the game for Foxborough. 3 touchdowns, a punt, a field goal, and a turnover on downs. And it looks like perhaps the fake punt here for Foxborough. And that will be shy of the first down yardage. Foxborough taking the chance, as looked like Teddy Mayer tried for the fake punt, and the Warriors are going to pay the price here as Milford will take over 1st and 10 from the Foxborough 25-yard line. And you really have to scratch your head at that play call for Coach Martinelli. Up 24-10. An opportunity perhaps to pin Milford deep in their own end for an offense that has not looked particularly effective here in the second half, and now changing things up on offense as they will send Ryan Pearl in the war package out on 1st down. And they're able to gain a chunk of yardage down to about the 19.
On the carry for Milford.
So shaking things up, bringing the run-heavy offense out onto the field is now Brendan White will get the carry, trying to push his way close to that 1st down. Looks like they will say that he is just shy. 3rd down and inches coming up, and Milford immediately plows their way forward, pushing the pile.
Ryan Pearl with the keeper.
Pearl keeping it himself, so after Colby Pyers played the entire first half and into this third quarter,
1st and 10 Milford at the Foxborough.
Ryan Pearl getting his first game action in that tight running formation. And once again, Milford up the middle. The ball ended up in the end zone. Down by contact as Will Pointer ended up standing in the end zone, but it will be 2nd down as the give goes towards the near side. As that time,
Will Pointer on the carry.
Pointer tried to hurdle over a defender, but ends up down on the turf.
Loss of 1 on the play.
A loss of a yard brings up a 3rd down play for the Scarlet Hawks. 3rd down and 3 with just over 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and nothing doing on that 3rd down carry for Pointer.
On the carry.
And now we'll see what Coach Vazakis chooses to do here with the final 15 seconds about to come off the clock. Will they send Lehane out for a field goal try, or will they keep the offense out there on 4th down and 3? And so they will want to talk things over in between quarters, allowing those final seconds to come off the clock. So just 11 minutes remain in this Week 6 football contest. Foxboro increasing their lead up to 24-10 over Milford. The Scarlet Hawks will face a crucial 4th down play when we come back next on this coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV. It is a 14-point deficit for the Scarlet Hawks as we begin 4th quarter play. Ryan Pearl will look to throw, looking for Everett in the end zone, and the pass is complete for a touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. A 7-yard touchdown completion for Ryan Pearl out of the war package. We have not seen Pearl attempt too many passes when he's been out there so far this season, but Coach Vizakis drawing up a beautiful play on 4th down. Pearl to Joey Everett from 7 yards out to make it 24-16. Lehane's extra point attempt away, and the kick is good. So Milford needing to come away with points on this drive, and that is exactly what they did. Back down to just a 7-point margin as it is now 24-17. This is a very young Scarlet Hawks team. They have taken their lumps at times through this early part of the season, but you have seen the progress. You have seen things get better and better for this team as the weeks have gone on. And certainly as Coach Vizakis gets deeper into his tenure, continuing to instill his techniques and his own spin on this Milford program, you're starting to see things start to settle in for the Scarlet Hawks team, coming through with a big play there on a gutsy call. So now with the score 24-17, Lehane will kick it away. Second touchdown pass in this game for the Scarlet Hawks. And a low kick reeled in at about the 6. Now brought forward towards the far sideline for Foxboro. Flags come in behind the play as the return man is driven out of bounds around the 30. This will likely get brought back on the penalty. Officials converging around that flag down at the 25-yard line. And Foxboro already backing up. And a hold on Foxboro, so this will make the field a little bit longer for Hassett and the offense. Milford needs the stop. 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the 4th. The fans starting to get a little bit louder here on the home side of the field as the quarterback will try to run it himself on 1st down, but this time the defense not letting him through. Gain of about a yard. It's been a good one here tonight in Milford. Some tough losses at home for Milford this season. 28-10 to Franklin back on September 15th and 27-6 back on the 29th against North Attleboro. But a better showing for the home fans here tonight, but Milford still trailing. 2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. As Hassett will look to throw, Tyler Joyce getting into the backfield, now getting his arms around the quarterback, but Hassett able to get the ball away just in time to avoid the loss.
Quarterback pressure and hit by Tyler Joyce.
It's the 3rd time tonight Joyce has found his way into the backfield.
It's a 3rd down and 9 for Foxboro at their own 16.
We've seen Joyce play a key role in the passing game at times this season. Tonight it's really been his defense that has shined. And a huge 3rd down and 9 play about to come up for Foxboro from their own 16. Defense hoping to keep containment on Hassett, who lets go a little dump-off pass. It's complete to Capacchetti, but the defense able to close in. They bring him down. Did he get enough for the first down? It looks like, again, right at that first down line. Does he have enough? And it looks like just enough right there at the first down marker.
This catch good for a Foxboro first down.
Initially appeared like Milford was going to stop him short, but a little extra effort there at the end for Anthony Capacchetti. And the drive will continue for Foxboro, and more precious time taken off the clock. 1st and 10 now from the 25, as they'll complete the pass now towards the far side, and now pinwheeling down to the ground. Hard collision. Another completion for Hassett. Foxboro allowing that clock to continue to roll after
from the 28.
The short 3-yard completion. From the shotgun, an empty backfield, Hassett with a quick release, and the pass is completed to Jack O'Donnell. A couple of yards shy of the first down. This will bring the clock under 8 minutes to play.
Jack O'Donnell with the reception for Foxboro.
Can Milford produce a stop? Dropping back to pass, another quick screen pass is completed to Capacchetti, who has been the 3rd down specialist on this drive, has a nose for the yardage that he needs, getting there
This catch good for a Foxboro first
just
down.
enough for a first down. So it's been a little bit more of a dink and dunk style for the quarterback, Devin Hassett, here. Wanting to keep the chains moving, but also wanting to keep that clock moving. This will take us down close to 7 minutes left to play, as they will hand it off on first down to Mike Henry.
Mike Henry, the ball carrier.
Henry's been the closer on a lot of these successful offensive drives for Foxboro, as a flag comes in after the play. And will this be another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Foxboro? Right now, pointing towards the Foxboro sideline. As you can see right now, the Warriors backing up. So Foxboro, who has played very well, they have also at times played an undisciplined style of football.
The play is for unsportsmanlike
And so the
conduct.
15-yard penalty assessed to the Warriors will push them back.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
And so this will set up 2nd down and long from the 22. 2nd and 25.
2nd down and 25 for Foxboro at the 22.
Hassett now with a running back to his right, looking to run it himself. Milford had him met initially in the backfield. He was able to get ahead for a couple of yards before the Hawks bring him down at the 25. So he was able to avoid a loss, grabs about 3 yards on the carry. And timeout is taken by the Scarlet Hawks. That stops the clock with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go. 3rd down and 25. Excuse me, 3rd down and 22 facing this Foxboro offense. Milford once again in need of a stop. We'll see if they can get it done when we come back next here on Milford TV. So here we are at yet another crucial juncture in this game. 3rd down and 22 with under 6.5 minutes to play. Hassett with time in the pocket, sends the throw away, initially hauled in by Philip Duray, but he could not hold on to it, so it is ruled incomplete, and that will set up 4th down and 22.
There's a 4th down and 22 for Foxboro.
Would have been shy of the 1st down, but in the end, an incomplete pass. And Foxboro will punt the football back to the Scarlet Hawks. O'Toole wind up at the 41. As this kick will drop down short, the Hawks will stay away from it as it takes a bounce and comes to a stop right at the 45-yard line. So good field position close to midfield for the Scarlet Hawks. Down by a score with just over 6 minutes to play, 24-17. And so again, you have to go back to that decision for Foxboro earlier in the second half on 4th down, faking the punt. They did not get the 1st down yardage. They set up Milford at the Foxboro 25. And the end result of that drive was the Ryan Pearl touchdown pass. And that really gave Milford new life in this second half. At that point, down by 14. Now trailing by 7, they have the ball back with an opportunity to tie the game. And so Coach Vazakis will keep things going with Pearl under center as he flips it back to the running back on 1st down, and a decent 1st down gain, about 4 for Brendan White.
Brendan White, the ball carrier.
Takes it to the 49.
And 6.
Milford pushing the tempo here, going no huddle. They go right back to the line. Will Pointer this time gets the ball.
Pointer, the ball carrier.
And he will be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down and 1 to Milford. The Foxboro 47.
3rd down and 1 to go with 5.5 minutes on the clock. Again, right back to the line as Milford pushes forward. They have the 1st down yardage. Pushing it across the Foxboro 45. Pearl running the ball himself, but the play will be negated as we'll have a holding call here go against Milford.
Holding on Milford is the call. 10-yard penalty.
So a tough penalty for the Scarlet Hawks will push them back onto their own side of the field. And instead of having a 3rd down and 1, now facing a 3rd down and 11. And so it's going to be difficult for Milford to gain this kind of yardage with the run-heavy offense on the field, and perhaps that is what Coach Vazakis wants to consider here as Milford calls the timeout, stopping the clock with 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go. A good finish coming up here in this Week 6 matchup. Milford and Foxboro. Foxboro with the lead, Milford with the ball, and we'll be back next here on Milford TV. And so once again, we see a shift in the offense, needing 11 yards. It's Colby Pyers back out onto the field from the shotgun. He will look to throw, steps up in the pocket, still has some time, now races towards the sideline, and he is forced out just shy of the 50. And also well shy of the 1st down yard to gain, so it will be a 4th down play coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. You'd have to think that they are going to go for it here. You give the football back to the Warriors now, there's a chance you might not get it back. So indeed, the offense will stay out there as Pyers gets the call from the sideline, relays it to the huddle. And the fans now making their voices heard. The sophomore ready, drops back, has some time. Now the pocket collapses. He emerges across midfield, has the first down yardage. Now still on his feet past the 40, inside the 35, and finally brought down as the sophomore makes the play with his legs after all night long. It was the Foxboro quarterback who got it done on the ground, this time with the pocket collapsing. Pyers with the awareness to tuck the ball down and run with it, and he picks up the first down and a whole lot more as he sets up 1st and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks. With the line of scrimmage now the 31-yard line. And right back to Ryan Pearl after the first down carry. Now Will Pointer breaking free away from the defense towards the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown Scarlet Hawks. A 21-yard touchdown run for the senior captain Will Pointer, and Milford is an extra point away from tying this game up. What a sequence for the Scarlet Hawks. First, the key running play for Colby Pyers, then the war package back out onto the field, and Will Pointer notching his 5th rushing touchdown of the season from 21 yards out. And now the extra point up, and the kick is good, and with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go, it is a brand new ball game, 24-24. We are tied up. We'll see the Milford kickoff when we come back next here on Milford TV. Milford digging deep in this 4th quarter. First, the touchdown catch for Joey Everett on the gutsy 4th down throw for Ryan Pearl, and now the 21-yard touchdown run for Pointer. And Milford has tied this game at 24 as the return on the kickoff will come up just shy of the 30. The turning point in this game, without question, that fake punt on the Foxboro side. You'd have to think at this point, Coach Martinelli, that is a call that he wishes he had back. Gave Milford a whole new life in the second half, and they've taken advantage, scoring 14 unanswered points to tie the game up. And now it is on the defense to hold Foxboro here with 4:18 to go. And it will be Hassett who runs it himself on first down, but this time he is met immediately by the defense. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like instead they'll give him forward progress.
1 yard gain on the play.
A gain of 1 as the clock will tick under 4 minutes to play. This Milford crowd finally engaged. It's been sort of a sleepy feel in the stands here tonight, but a much more lively atmosphere now. 2nd down and 9. And Hassett will look to throw, has time, sends it deep up the middle. The pass is juggled and it is incomplete. Foxboro could not make the grab, as it looked like that was Anthony Capichetti who had a potential touchdown staring him in the face, but juggled the football. It drops to the turf, and instead now Foxboro will face a 3rd down and 9 as these Milford fans take a deep breath after a very dangerous play right there. It's the 2nd time tonight we've seen a potential long touchdown catch dropped by this Foxboro team. Clock stopped right now at 3 minutes and 33 seconds to play. Milford trying to come through with another key defensive play, 3rd down and 9. Foxboro taking a lot of time to talk this next play over. Milford defense out there ready to go as now the Warriors break the huddle. What does the senior quarterback, Devin Hassett, have up his sleeve here? He has a running back to his right. Takes the snap. There is a flag down. Hassett hit as he throws, and the pass is high, and it is incomplete. Jack O'Donnell, the intended target. And so a crucial call here.
Pass intended for Jack O'Donnell.
What is the call? The penalty will go against Foxboro, declined by the Milford coaching staff, and so the result will be a 4th down and 9 coming up.
On Foxboro, penalty declined by Milford. The result of the play is a 4th down.
And so right now, Foxboro lining up to punt. Will they actually send the kick away? And they will indeed, as the kick will take a favorable Foxboro bounce. Though they will let it roll, and it will come to a stop at the Milford 27.
Foxboro's punt is down to the 27-yard line. Persons had Milford at their own 27.
Looked like it got about an additional 12 yards in Foxboro's favor after that bounce. So a long field here for Milford with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go, but their offense comes back out onto the field with an opportunity to pull ahead here. And you also think about the weapon that Milford has at their disposal right now. Sean Lehane with some practice kicks into the net on the sideline. They certainly have a kicker capable of making some deep kicks. On 1st down, Pointer getting the carry across the 30-yard line to the 32.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 6 from the 31.
Mark him down at the 31, under 3 minutes to go, as Pearl continues to manage this offense. Milford forcing it up the middle again. They continue to keep the pile moving forward. Brendan White getting another carry, and that is enough for a Milford 1st down. 2:42 left on the clock. Milford right back to the line. And Pearl tosses it back. It looks like O'Toole with the carry. He breaks free into the open field. Has one man left to beat, accelerates past the ball, comes loose. It is fumbled in towards the end zone. Now what will the call be here?
There was a fumble on the play.
O'Toole fumbling it forward into the end zone. The Milford players right now with their arms up as if this should be a touchdown. It looked like O'Toole recovered it out the back of the end zone. And so the officiating crew talks it over, and the arms raised, and it is a touchdown for Ryan O'Toole. A massive touchdown run for the senior captain gives Milford the lead with 2:24 to go. And the fan base erupts after the officials ruled the touchdown. And Lehane now ready for the extra point attempt. Some early movement there on the line. The kick away. They ruled the kick no good, but it looked like it was some early movement on the Foxboro side. Indeed it was.
Offsides on Foxboro.
So they'll have a chance to line up and try it again. We've seen extra points and 2-point conversions play crucial roles in some of the wins and losses for Foxboro so far on the season. So you want to see Milford convert here as we see, again, early movement.
Flag on the field. Offsides on Foxboro. We'll have another retry.
So Foxboro continuing to play bordering on the edge of undisciplined here at times in this game. And so they continue to push this extra point attempt forward, almost daring Milford to go for 2. And it now looks like Milford will consider the 2-point conversion. So an interesting play call here. Foxboro almost baiting Milford into this decision, and we'll see if it pays off for the Hawks or the Warriors as they try to force it over the goal line. It's going to be close. We wait for the call, and the 2-point conversion is no good.
It's no good. Try unsuccessful.
So again, back-to-back plays in which Foxboro had early movement on the line, pushing that extra point attempt further and further forward. And again, that certainly felt like Foxboro forced Milford's hand there to try for the two-point conversion. They fail, and so now a very interesting scenario as Milford will maintain the 6-point lead, 30-24, and this game is very far from over. We know what happened in the closing 2 minutes of the first half, and there's still 2 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock here in the fourth. With Milford up by just 6 points, anything can happen here late. This Milford defense has made a series of key stops late in this game. They'll need to continue to play strong here if Milford wants to close out what would be a dramatic home victory.
Sean Lehane set the kickoff for the Scott Hawks.
A lot of time on the clock as Milford now gets ready for the kickoff. It was 62 yards on the touchdown rush for the captain, Ryan O'Toole. As Lehane kicks it away, hauled in at the 10, a very brief bobble for Foxboro. Now weaving their way to the far sideline, and it's going to be a big return here for Foxboro as they continue to tightrope walk down the sideline out past the 40. And so Foxboro getting it started with very good field position.
Foxboro's return was stopped at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Warriors at their own 43.
So they mark the ball at the Foxboro 43. 1st and 10 from near midfield with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go. What does this Milford defense have left? Hassett will run it himself on 1st down. Milford was able to get penetration into the backfield. Once again, it was Joyce. He was able to slow up Hassett just enough until reinforcements arrived. So it ends up being a gain of just a couple for the Foxboro quarterback, pushing the ball to the 45.
2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 8.
Or it will be 2nd down and 8.
45.
Hassett with a man in motion, now drops back to throw. Quick pass is completed. Now the ball comes loose. Milford falls on it. Now they will say, no, the pass is incomplete.
Pass is ruled incomplete.
Neil Arquilano came away with the football, but you could see the officials aggressively making the call that that was an incomplete pass. Probably the right call, certainly not the call that the Milford fans were hoping for.
From their own 45.
Certainly not enough time to have clear possession for the receiver. So an incomplete pass setting up 3rd down and 8 with 93 seconds to play. Again, the Milford fans get loud, many of them standing. As Hassett drops back to throw, Milford getting pressure in the backfield, a deep ball downfield, but overthrown. The pressure forcing Devin Hassett to rush the throw, and the result is an incomplete pass.
That brings up 4th down and 8 for Foxboro.
Hassett targeting Mike Henry, who has made so many big rushing plays in this game. But that ball well over his head, incomplete. Now 4th down and 8 for the Warriors, who will go for it here. A do-or-die moment for the Warriors. And this crowd, the loudest they have been all night long. Here we go, 4th down and 8. Dropping back to throw is Hassett. Now forced out of the pocket. Tyler Joyce gets a hold of him and brings him down to the ground, but flags come in as that might have been a horse collar tackle by Tyler Joyce. It looked like he got a hold of the back of the shoulder pads of the quarterback. And a crucial mistake for Tyler Joyce, who once again got into the backfield. He has had a stellar night defensively. He had a hold of the quarterback, but you could see him grab the back of those shoulder pads. And so this will give Foxboro a 1st down, and Milford ever so close to getting the turnover on downs to ice the win, but a penalty on Tyler Joyce.
That's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for Foxboro.
And this will push Foxboro inside Milford territory. So an elated crowd here just a moment ago, now falling silent with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. This officiating crew continuing to talk things over now. And so they now will mark off the penalty yardage. A huge game changer here, as you can see. They are going to push this ball all the way down inside Milford territory to the Milford 25-yard line. What a swing. And so all kinds of options now for this Foxboro offense. And they can take their time here. They don't want to leave Milford with any time to come back out on offense. Of course, they do want to score here. We'll see the screen pass. It is tipped. Does Milford have it? They do. An interception for the Scarlet Hawks. The ball was tipped and eventually into the hands of the Scarlet Hawks. And so the defense comes through with a miraculous play as Milford will take over with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. Unbelievable. Here at Milford High School tonight, we have seen just about everything. And as that ball gets tipped in the air right through a crowd, Milford was able to come away with it. An elation on the sidelines now for the Scarlet Hawks players. Even the coach is pumped up.
Timeout, Milford.
After the penalty yardage set up shop for Foxboro at the Milford 25, it felt like it was only a matter of time before the Warriors were going to put it in the end zone with just the 6-point margin. But instead now Milford will take over with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. You still cannot feel comfortable. With about 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the first half, we saw Foxboro come away with a touchdown and a field goal. So you just never know, not until that final second ticks down off the clock.
21.
First and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks from their own 21. And Will Pointer, it looks like, on the carry, trying to churn those legs. He gets a couple, and then Foxboro immediately calls the timeout. We'll see how many timeouts Coach Martinelli has left in the holster here, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. Foxboro with 2 timeouts remaining. So both teams talking it over. We will take the quick timeout as well to catch our breath. 30-24. Milford leads it with 64 seconds to play. Back in just a moment here on Milford TV. Here we go onto the timeout. 1:04 to play. As Milford again will keep it on the ground. The carry going for Brendan White, who gets a couple more. It will set up third down for the Scarlet Hawks. Foxboro with another timeout. They have 1 more left. The clock stopped at 59 seconds to go. So Milford needing a first down here.
On the play by White. There's a third down and 5.
Milford with a win will climb back to the 500 mark. The loss will send Foxboro down to 500. With again just 1 week to go after this to determine the playoff seedings. Milford's offense now returning to the field as the cheerleaders try to keep this crowd pumped up. Anxious moments right down to the very end. Ryan Pearl and the War Package back out on the field. Flag comes in at the start of this play. Milford well short of the first down, but what is the call? And so movement on the defense. Foxboro flagged for another penalty. And so this will push Milford to the 31-yard line. And the referee now calling for the chains to move here. And so now the officials will call timeout. It looks like perhaps a little bit of confusion. It looked like the head official was ruling for the first down. And so they will measure here. And the game in the balance on this measurement. Let's see. And it's a first down for the Scarlet Hawks. Milford with a first down with 57 seconds to go. And Foxboro with just one timeout remaining.
At their own 31.
So it is 1st and 10, Milford from the 31. Milford letting every second now bleed off of this clock as Pearl takes the snap, takes the knee. And so that is it. The clock is going to continue to roll, and it looks like just a few seconds away from victory now. A lot of high fives on the sidelines now on the Milford side. The final 10 seconds about to tick down off of this clock, and that is going to do it. Milford storms the field with a statement victory here on their home field tonight. They defeat the Foxboro Warriors by a final score of 30-24. Milford with an absolutely gutty performance here in this fourth quarter, pulling ahead. A crucial penalty looked like it was going to do Milford in late, but they come through with the defensive play of the night. The defense immediately helping themselves out after the penalty, redeeming themselves with the interception, and the Milford offense able to ice the win as Milford defeats Foxboro by a final score of 30-24. So they win their second straight matchup against Foxboro, winning in Foxboro last season big. Here it was a nail-biter, but all's well that ends well as Milford advances to 3-3 on the season with the victory here tonight. Foxboro drops to 3-3, and now Milford will be right back at home next Friday night with a matchup with the Stoughton Black Knights in the final week before the playoff seedings are determined. We will be back with coverage tomorrow night, or next week I should say, and we encourage you to once again tune into our live streaming coverage on Livestream and also on MilfordTV.net, and also we encourage you to check out the Milford Informer next Friday night, where we will have some exciting highlights to show you from this game here tonight. But that will wrap up our coverage. A huge thank you to our Milford TV crew, our director Mike Sperling, and our camera operators Malcolm Zale and John Giacomuzzi. And I am Tim Coet. The final score, one final time, Milford defeats Foxboro by a final score of 30-24. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.